All right, we're going to do a quick tutorial here on how to take a handwritten assignment on paper with pencil or pen, math homework in our case, and how to turn it into a PDF file and then upload it to your Google Classroom. So this is going to be really handy so you can do this pretty quickly. You're going to need 3 apps on your phone if you have an iPhone. So this is only going to work, this particular process, with an iPhone or an iPad. If you've got an Android device, there's a similar but slightly different process. So we'll do a video for that one too. So right here, you're going to need the Notes app that comes pre-installed on your iPhone. You're going to need your Google Drive app, and you're going to need your Google Classroom app. So those 3 things will get the job done. So let's say we did, notebook. So we're going to turn in our unit notebook, something that's been written, by hand, notes we've taken over Zoom lecture. Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up our Notes app here, and we're going to make a new folder. You don't have to make a new folder, but I think to be organized, let's just make a new folder and call it math. Okay, so now we have a new folder that we can just put math stuff in. So once we're in there, we're going to, in the bottom corner, click the Compose button, and that'll bring up a new note. And what we want to hit is this picture of a camera right there in the middle. So if we push that camera, it'll give us a few options. I don't want to take a picture of this because when I upload a picture, it's really difficult to open and sift through, and it loses its quality and all that stuff. So we want to make a PDF. That's going to make it a lot easier. So if I hit Scan Documents, what that's going to do is bring up my camera, and I'm just going to back up here and get that page in the middle and take a picture. And what's pretty neat about this is it will crop it out for you. So actually, I don't really like that one. I'm going to retake it. Usually it turns out pretty good. So I'm going to maybe do that a little bit better here. And you can see it cropped it, got rid of my countertop, and I like that. So I'm going to keep that scan, and I could hit save, and that would save it. I'm going to actually, let's say that there's multiple pages. We're turning in a whole week's worth of work here. So let's go to the other page and take a picture of the next page. It says ready for the next scan, so we'll do the next page. That one's not so great, but look, what I can actually do is if I want to, I can crop it by hand. If I did an okay job, I could do that. And that's decent. So I'll just hit keep scan. And now it's got the second page. Let's say this is a 3-page assignment. Maybe it's 3 pages of notes for the week. So we'll come over here and take a picture of the 3rd page. Right, that one, again, let's try and make it better. We'll just drag these corners in and make it as good as we can. So that's pretty good right there. We'll keep our scan. And we got all 3 pages scanned. So you see here it says save 3. That means it's 3 pages. So we're going to hit save. And you could write a note in there if you want to. I actually don't really need the note, so I'm going to, from there, I'm done with it. So what I can do, now that you can see I got all 3 pages, I'm going to upload it to my Google Classroom. Or excuse me, first I need to upload it to my Google Drive. So I'm going to hit the upload button in the corner, and I'm going to hit Drive. So make sure that you are logging into your school account, right? The one that's associated with your Google Classroom and your school email address account through Google, right? So once we pull that up, you can see here, it didn't give it the best name, but we can change that later. And then make sure you pick the right folder. So select folder. We're going to go to My Drive. And maybe we created a folder in our Google Drive for math stuff. So we're going to drop it in math stuff. I got my syllabus in there already. I'm going to go ahead and drop this first assignment in there. So save here in the bottom corner, hit that, and then upload it. It's a pretty fast process. So now I'm done. I've used the camera function through the notes to take a picture and uploaded it as a PDF to my Google Drive. So I actually don't even need to open Google Drive because I know it's in there. So I'm going to go straight to Classroom. Well, if I wanted to open the drive just to make sure, right, I can click in there and make sure that it's still there. right? This actually has a bad name. Usually when you take a picture, it'll actually name it whatever the heading is. So when we take notes, we'll give it a name like Unit 1 Notebook, and it'll put it in there for us. This one didn't turn out, so I'm going to rename it, right? This is Unit, I think actually that was actually Unit 2. Unit 2 Notes, right? So we gave it a better name. This file .txt, that's kind of it's blank. That's what we could have written as a note underneath. We didn't write anything. I don't need it. I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, so now I have my notebook in the Google Drive with a good name, and I'm going to go into my classroom. I'm going to make sure I choose the right class. I got a lot of math classes because I'm a math teacher, but this one on the top is kind of the one I'm set up to be a student in. So I'm going to click on that. On the very bottom in the middle, it says classwork. So I'm going to click on classwork, math notes, right? So I had a math notes assignment for this chapter that was assigned to me. You can see the due date, and I'm going to click on that. And the bottom, it says my work or your work. And I'm going to add something, right? Well, I don't want to add the syllabus, right? I did that as a test later, so let's get rid of that. So I don't need that. All right, so it says your work. I'm going to add the right attachment. So I'm going to click on Google Drive. I'm going to navigate my way to the folder that has my math work in it. Click on Unit 2 Notes. See in the bottom it's adding, so it's uploading it to my Google Classroom. There it is. And I'm done. So I've hit the turn in button, turn in your work. One attachment will be submitted, yes. Okay, so I'm done. So through that process, I was able to take a picture through the notes. I used the camera through notes to take a picture as a PDF, upload it to my classroom. Don't have to do any printing, any scanning, none of that stuff.